Alright guys, the given question here is a factorial equation where you need to solve n factorial equals n cubed minus n. Okay, so for you to solve these questions, you must understand what factorial means. That's the first thing. You can't deal with this question without knowing the meaning of factorial, how it operates and all of that. Okay, so before we start anything, factorial, we have definition for factorial, and it is given to be n minus 1, n minus 2, then to 1. That is the definition of n factorial. And what this means on a real sense is, let's consider 4 factorial. This is just like 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and this is 24. Okay, then if you have, let's say 3 factorial, this is 3 times 2 times 1, so this is 6. Okay, let's say we have 5 factorial, this is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, so this is 120. Okay, and so that is the definition of factorial. And another thing we should understand is, for you to have n factorial like this can be written as n minus 1 factorial. You can decide to stop at n minus 2. So wherever you want to stop, you must put factorial at the last, you must put factorial to it. I mean the last number, except if the last number is 1, okay, or 2 probably. Okay, so meaning that for you to have 5 factorial here, of course this can be written as 5 times 4 factorial. Why? Because we have the results for the whole of this already. What you have here is equivalent to what? 4 factorial. So that is why I can easily represent 5 factorial to be 5 times what? Factorial. Okay, yeah, if you now understand, if that is clear, okay, now we can now move to the given question. So which is n factorial equals n cubed minus n. Okay, now here you n factorial. Okay, there's a way we can factorize this right hand side by factorizing n, and you have n squared minus 1. All right, and n squared minus 1 is like 1 n squared. N squared minus 1 can be written as n squared minus 1 squared. And in math, we call that the difference of 2 squared, which can be written as n minus 1, n plus 1. All right, so here you have n factorial, n minus 1, n plus 1. Okay, yeah, is there a way to rewrite n factorial as a kind of what you have at the right hand side? Okay, probably, maybe you can have similar factors there. Okay, I told you n factorial here can be written as n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial. If I decide to stop at n minus 2, then you must put factorial. You can extend it to n minus 3 as well, but the last one must include what? Must include factorial. Okay, so for that case, now you have n minus 1, then n plus 1, and of course this you take this you take this as well. Okay, so then you now have left with n minus 2 factorial equals n plus 1. Okay, now so we are looking for the value of n. There is no way to simplify this again, so there is no common factor again. Okay, but we know definitely here that the value of n cannot be 2. It is obvious from the given, from this question, from this last stage. Why? Because when n is 2 here, n cannot be 2, because when n is 2, you have 2 minus 2, which is 0 factorial, then 2 plus 1 is 3. 0 factorial not equals to what? 3, because 0 factorial is what? Is 1. Okay, now if n not equals to 2, okay, but it is obvious from here that n minus 2 factorial, this belongs to set of what? Natural numbers. Okay, you can never get negative results here, and that must be whole number. In fact, you cannot get 0 here, irrespective of the value of n you consider for this n minus 2 factorial. Okay, and if n minus 2 factorial is set of what? Natural number, that also implies that n plus 1 must be what? Natural number. So do you understand that? Okay, Yeah, now so let's proceed from here. Okay, is there a way to simplify n minus 2 factorial? Okay, I can rewrite that as n minus 2 and n minus 3 factorial. Then you have n plus 1. So divide both sides by n minus 2, n minus 2. Then here you have n minus 2, n minus 3, I mean, factorial, then equals what? N plus 1 over what? N minus 2. Okay, so let's simplify what you have at the right hand side. N minus 3 factorial. Now n plus 1 over n minus 2. So here you just need to manipulate the numerator by writing it in terms of what you have in the denominator. Of course, we have n minus 2 in denominator. So for me to reduce that, I must have n minus 2 at numerator as well. Okay, and you can't just change plus 1 and change it to minus 2. It is not done like that. Okay, so all you need to do is just change this to be n minus 2 plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3 will give us plus 1. So then you have n plus 1 back. Okay, so this is n minus 2. Okay, and again you have n minus 3 factorial. You can split this to be n minus 2 over n minus 2, then plus 3 over what? N minus 2. So this is n minus 3 factorial equals n minus 2 divided by n minus 2, that's 1, then plus 3 over what? N minus 2. Okay, now remember I told you that n minus 3, irrespective of the value you have, n minus 3 factorial must belong to what? Natural numbers. Okay, so what that means is that the whole of these you have at right hand side must also belong to natural number, and of course 1 is a member of natural number, so which implies that the fraction here, this must also belong to natural number for the sum to be natural number. Okay, so and of course 3 over n minus 2 must belong to natural number. Okay, and for that to be natural number, that means n minus 2 must be one of the factors of 3. That is the implication. For the whole of this to be natural numbers, then n minus 2 must be factors of what? Of 3, because what we are trying to say here is that n3 is divisible by n minus 2. Okay, so let's write out the factors of 3. So factors of 3, we only have two factors for that, which are what? Factors of 3, we have that to be 1 and 3. Okay, so these are the two factors of 3 we have. Okay, so and what this means is that n minus 2 is 1 or n minus 2 is 3. So it can be one of these. Okay, so but let's see, when n minus 2 equals 1, then we obtain this to be 3, or n equals what? 5. So these are the two values we obtain for n. So now let's go back to the questions and check which of these actually gives right answer to the questions. Okay, n factorial is n cubed minus n. Okay, let's consider n to be 3. When n is 3, what will you have here? This is 3 factorial, 3 to the power of 3 minus 3. So 3 factorial is 6, 3 to the power of 3 is 27, 27 minus 3, that's 24. And you can see, you can say 6 is equals to 24 now. That's wrong. Okay, so we consider when n is 5. When n is 5, you have 5 factorial, 5 to the power of 3 minus 5. Okay, so 5 factorial, I'm sure you know that already, to be 120. Then 5 to the power of 3 is 125 minus 5. You can see 125 minus 5 will also definitely give us what? 120. So which implies that the solution to the given problem here is n equals what? 5. Okay, so drop your comments, like and subscribe. Thank you.